learners. I am Dr. Gyannath Tiwari, MIT Institute, Noida, and today we will discuss a very popular theory of learning and cognitive development, and that is the theory of Piaget. So, in child psychology, we deal with the study of child's mind and how it functions. It deals with the mental power or an interaction between the conscious and subconscious element in the child. There are many theories of psychology, and some are important theories are theories of personality development. These are the theories of Freud, theories of Erikson, then theories of cognitive development, the theories of Jean Piaget, theory of Brunner, theory of Vygotsky. Then there are certain theories of learning and development of behavior, like the theory of Pavlov, theory of Skinner, theory of Bandura, theory of Maslow. There are some more other theories are also there, like theory of Mahler, Bavli, Kohlberg and Junot. Now, we will discuss first the brief history of Jean Piaget. It is important to understand that how Jean Piaget researched and gave his theory. He born on August 9, 1896, and his father Arthur Piaget was a professor of medieval literature with an interest in local history. His mother Rebecca Jackson was intelligent and energetic, and Jean found her a bit neurotic. In 1980, Piaget received his doctorate in science from the University of Neuchâtel. He worked for a year at psychology labs in Zurich and Brunner famous psychiatric labs. In 1919, he taught psychology and philosophy at Sorbonne in Paris. He died in Geneva, September 16, 1980, one of the most significant psychologists of 20th century. Now, before understanding the concept of cognitive development theory given by Piaget, we have to understand certain concepts. These are cognition. Cognition refers to the mental processes by which knowledge is acquired, elaborated, stored, retrieved and used to solve problems. Cognitive psychologists are also concerned with why one individual differs from the another in many of these processes. Cognition includes processes like perception, thinking, concept formation, abstraction and problem solving. So, first of all, we will discuss about the concept of intelligence. Basic of the processes involved in cognition, that is perception, thinking, abstraction, they are in the intelligence. Intelligence is a score derived from an intelligence test. This indicates how the individual mental ability compares with that of the others of same developmental age. Now, what is the relationship between cognition and age? It was not until about the middle of the last century that researchers began to systematically study the cognitive processes of newborns and young infants. Newborn can recognize the sound of their mother's voice and some aspects of their mother's language. By 6 months of age, they also showed some evidence of conceptual knowledge. Now, what is the Jean Piaget structural functional approach? It is a model that emphasizes the biological functions and the environmental influences that promotes developmental changes in the organization or structure of the intellect. He created a broad theoretical system for the development of cognitive abilities. In this sense, his work was similar to the Sigmund Freud, but Piaget emphasized the ways that children think and acquire knowledge. Now, what is the Jean Piaget research work? His work is about conservation and observation of 3 children and nephew. He developed the concept of thought process, and the basic idea of cognition is given by the Piaget as the study of acquisition, modification and abstract ideas and abilities on the basis of an inherent or biological substrate and intelligent functioning that make the abstract thought possible. And what is the epigenesis of this theory? Every individual is born with the capacity to adjust or adopt to both the physical and socio-cultural environment in which he or she must live. So, Piaget rejected the idea that learning was the passive assimilation of knowledge. Actually, it is active assimilation of knowledge according to Piaget, and we learn from every action and reaction, every possible ways from our environment. He proposed that the learning is dynamic process comprising successive stages of adaptation of the reality. Piaget's theory has two main strands. One, mechanism by which cognitive development takes place, and the second, there are four main stages through which the child passes. So, in Piaget's view, the cognitive development has major 5 concepts. These are the equilibrium, schema, adaptation, organization and equilibration. So, what is equilibration? It is a very famous concept of Piaget, and according to Piaget, it is a mechanism that it explains the how child shift from one stage of thought to the next stage of thought. Eventually, they resolve the conflict and reach a balance or equilibrium of thoughts. For Piaget, the motivation for change is internal search for equilibrium, because it again and again keeps changing. The child comes into disequilibrium, then again through the acquiring of knowledge again comes to equilibrium, and this helps the learner in the learning process and the development of his or her schema. There are cognitive schemes, the structural aspects of intelligence. So, it describes the model or mental structure that we create to represent, organize and interpret our experience. A scheme is a pattern of thought or action that is similar in some respects to what the lay person calls a strategy or a concept. Many psychologists term scheme as a schema. Cognitive schemas are the structure of intellect, and there are 3 basic intellectual structures. One, behavioral sensory motor schemes, then symbolic schemes, operational schemes, and one by one we will try to understand that what are the behavioral schemes, symbolic schemes and operational schemes. A behavioral scheme is an organized pattern of behavior that the child uses to represent and respond to an object or experience. Then what is symbolic scheme? During second year, the child reach a point at which they can solve problems and truly think about the object and events without having acted on them. Then what is operational scheme? A cognitive operation is the internal mental activity that a person performs on his or her object of thought to reach a logical conclusion. Then how he organized these schema? It is a process by which the children combine existing schema into new and the more complex intellectual structures. It takes place internally apart from direct contact with the environment and is both biological and psychological. What is the process of adaptation? Adaptation is an important process of equilibration theory. So, adaptation is the ability of a person to adjust to the environment and to interact with it. It includes the process of assimilation and accommodation. Now, assimilation is a process where a child begin to incorporate or assimilate events within the environment into mental categories called cognitive structures. A cognitive structure in this sense is a classification of sensation or perception. So, if a bird, if he looks a bird, he can ask that it is a flying object. A bee is also a flying object. The child can think that it is a bird like object. Then the process of accommodation. Accommodation occurs when the child changes his or her cognitive structure or mental category to better represent the environment. And intelligence develop as interplay between assimilation and accommodation. According to Piaget, the child learns through the process of assimilation and accommodation, and that helps the child for the process of equilibration. However, the child ability to adopt limited by current level of development, and the notion that the child ability to adopt is age related is a crucial concept in Piaget's theories of development. It differs from the theory of Vygotsky, where he is not talking about the stages of development. In Piaget's theory, the age is an important factor where the child ability increases with the development of the age. Now, what are the schemata? Both the processes, that is assimilation and accommodation, are used simultaneously alternatively throughout the life. Through this continuous dual process, child is instantly building various hierarchies of related behavior known as schemata. It represents dynamic process of differentiation and organization of knowledge with the resultant evolution of behavior and cognitive functioning appropriate for the age of child. Now, you can see from this diagram that there are 4 stages of development given by Piaget. The first stage is sensory motor period. Sensory motor period, it starts from the birth and lasts till 2 years. Then the second stage is pre-operational period. It starts from the second year of the child development to and lasts till 7 years. Then the period of concrete operations, it ranges from 7 to 11 years, and the period of formal operation, and it ranges from 11 years to the adulthood. Now, we will discuss these stages one by one. Every stage has certain specific characteristics, and we will try to understand that what are these characteristics. Now, the first stage is sensory motor period. Infant knowledge of world is limited to their sensory perception and motor activities during the first year of life. A child develops from a newborn infant and to a child, then simple modes of thought that are the foundation of language develop during this time, and communication is limited because of child's simple concept and lack of language capability. We will understand this concept from this chart, this table, that if the child is at the 2-month age, he can give simple reflexes, and the characteristics are uses inborn motor and sensory reflexes like sucking, grasping, looking to interact with, accommodate to the external environment, and from 2nd to 4th month, that is primary circular reactions habits, the children coordinate sensation and new schemas. Then at the age of 4 until to age of 8 months, the secondary circular reactions appears, and the characteristics are that the child become more focused on the world and begin to intensely repeat an action in order to trigger a response in the environment. And from 8 months to 1 year, the coordination of reactions started. The child start to show clearly intentional action. Children begin exploring the environment around them and will often imitate the observed behavior of the others. Understanding of objects being to recognize certain objects have a specific work. At the age of 1 year till 18 months, the territory circulation reaction start, where the period of trial and error experimentation starts. At the age of 18 months to 2 years, that is early representational thoughts, the child begin to develop symbols to represent event or object in the world, being to move towards understanding the world through mental operations rather than purely through actions. Child knowledge develops by object permanence, causality and symbolic play. Now, the second stage, pre-operational stage. During the pre-operational stage, the capacity develops to form mental symbols representing things and events not present, and children learn to use words to symbolize these absent objects. Because children above the age of 2 begin to use language in many ways similar to adults, it appears that their thought process are more like those of adults. So, what happens at this stage? The children understand the world in new way. They sense it through 5 primary senses. The concept that can be seen, heard, smelled, tasted or felt, for example, time and health. The children use and understand language in literal sense. The features of thought process is egocentrism. Egocentrism is a general feature of the thought process and language during the pre-operational period. It defines as inability to assume another person's point of view. At this stage, the child are not able to understand another people's point of view. At this stage, his own perspective is all that he can manage. So, it can be better understood by the mountain study done by the Piaget, where the child is not able to understand the perspective of other person. This is a picture where Piaget approached the child and asked the child to show them picture of a mountain, and he asked that what is my view to this picture, because the Piaget is at other side of the picture, whereas the child is at the next side of the picture. But what the researcher proved, that child is not able to understand the Piaget's view of the mountain. Now, the most important concept given by Piaget is the theory of conservation, where Piaget found that few children shows any understanding of conservation prior to age of 5. So, it is age dependent, as you can see from the figure, that there are 3 containers where he put some water, and he put the same amount of water in different size of containers. So, what he found, that the children are few children are able to understand the concept of conservation of matter, whereas others can't. Then the period of concrete operation, it starts from the age of 7 and lasts till the age of 11. An improved ability of reason emerged at this stage. 8-year child could watch the water being poured from one glass to another. Imagine the reverse of the process and conclude that the amount of water remains the same no matter what size the container is. So, at this stage, the child can develop the concept of conservation. He can understand that how the water is the same and only the change in container. So, he is able to understand the concept of conservation of matter. Now, the child thinking is still strongly tied to the concrete situations, and the ability to reason in abstract level is limited. They are not able to understand an abstract concept at this stage. By 7 or 8 years, most children develop the ability to conserve number, length and liquid volume. Conservation refers to the idea that a quantity remains the same despite changes in appearance. So, as you can see from the figure, that if we put the same amount of water in 2 containers, they remain the same. This also explains this by many other objects that can change in shape, they can change in size, but the matter remains same. And next stage is the concrete operation stage. At this stage, the logic starts. Children now fairly good at inductive logic, which involves going from a specific experience to a general principle. There is difficulty in using deductive logic, which involves using a general principle to determine the outcome of a specific event. Now, there is a concept of reversibility. Here is awareness that actions can be reversed. For example, child might be able to recognize that his or her dog is a Labrador, that a Labrador is a dog, and that a dog is an animal. So, it is the concept of reversibility. Now, at the period of formal operation, the child develops ability to deal with abstract concepts, and abstract reasoning develops by about the age of 11 years. Intellectually, the child can and should be treated as an adult. Successful communication, in other words, requires a feel for the child stage of intellectual development. Now, the child is aware that others think, experiencing tremendous biological changes in growth and sexual development. They feel as though they are constantly on stage, being observed and criticized by others around them. So, it is called imaginary audience by Elkind. The imaginary audience is a powerful influence on young adolescents. So, for example, the A reaction of imaginary audience to poor marks in examination of course is an important consideration to a teenage student. Others really care about my appearance and feeling as much I do. So, this is the feeling that the child has at this stage. This is called personal fable. So, personal fable means because I am unique, I am not subject to consequences other will experience. So, imaginary audience and the personal fable have useful function in helping us develop social awareness and allowing us to cope up in dangerous environment. Now, the logic is the deductive logic becomes important during formal operational stage. It requires ability to use general principle to determine specific outcome. This type of thinking is helpful in science and mathematics. Now, the abstract thoughts, there are two kinds of thoughts, concrete and abstract. The ability to think about abstract concept emerges, the child begin to consider possible outcome and consequences of actions important in long term planning. Problem solving is also ability, and this ability is to systematically solve a problem in logical and methodological way. Then the child is able to quickly plan an organized approach to solving problems. Now, we have gone through different concepts of Piaget, and we also understand the different stages of Piaget cognitive development theory. But now it is time to evaluate that how Piaget theory is helpful for a teacher. Psychologists owe him a long list of masterable concepts of enduring power and fascination, assimilation, accommodation, object permanence, egocentrism, conservation and others. Psychologists also owe him the current vision of children as active, constructive thinkers, and they have a debt of him for creating a theory that generates a huge volume of research on children's cognitive development. Piaget's focus on qualitative development has an important impact on education, while Piaget did not specifically apply his theory in his way. Many education programs are now built up upon the belief that children should be taught at the level for which they have developmentally prepared. There are many criticism also. For example, the problem with the research method of Piaget. A major source of inspiration for the theory of Piaget was observation of his own 3 children. Well-educated professionals of high socioeconomic status speak that because this is unrepresentative sample, it is difficult to generalize his finding to a larger population. Now, what are the children's ability? Most researchers agree that children possess many of the ability at an earlier age than Piaget suspected. For example, children of this age have some ability to take perspective of another person, meaning they are far less egocentric than the Piaget believed. So, there are many positive and negative criticism of Piaget theory, but we can't deny that the theory of Piaget is very important for a teacher and in the classroom. Broad transformation in thinking, but exactly what the child does is to equilibrate is vague. On variety of tasks, infant and young children appear more competent than adolescents and adults who appear less competent than Piaget assumed. It is also related with the culture. Culture and education exert a stronger influence on children development than the Piaget believed. So, the theory of Piaget is helpful for a teacher and the teaching learning process. If you observe this theory, the implication of theory around your class or around your environment, you will find that at the when the kids are small and they have to send to the playgroup or kindergarten, they are taught the concept of alphabets. The concept of alphabet is an abstract concept, A, B, C, D, these are the abstract concepts, and a child is not able to understand these concepts at that stage. That is why we give them a symbol, a concrete symbol, for example, A for apple, because apple is a concrete object that the children can identify and understand, and A is an abstract concept. The child relates the symbol A with the object apple, and that is how he can learn alphabets at this stage. So, the theory of Piaget is very important. Concluding our discussion, because we have studied a lot about this theory, education for children can be demanding and frustrating. At the same time, it can be enriching, satisfying and memorable. So, it is all dependent on the teacher, that how he or she is using the theory of Piaget. Multidisciplinary researches that result from combining the wealth of knowledge of both education and psychology significantly help in modifying behavior management and child development. So, learners, I understand that you will be able to understand the concept and you can apply these concepts in the real classroom situation, where a child learns according to his or her stage. There may be criticism, there may be some problems, but this theory is helpful for the teaching learning process. For example, if a child is able to if a child is talk if a child talks with the other kids and he talks with the teacher and he get to know that there is a celebration of Christmas. If a child is from a family where Christmas is not celebrated and he is of some other religion, he may be in a state of disequilibrium. Then after getting knowledge of the Christmas from his parents, from his teachers, he get to know the concept of Christmas, and now he again comes to the state of equilibrium. This process of assimilation, accommodation is called equilibration, and this is helpful for learning of child. So, that is how a teacher can help a child in the learning process, and the theory of Piaget has a great impact in the psychology of education. Thank you.